Okay, so I'm leaving my apartment. This is really a great apartment. It's, 40 square meters, and I'm on the 4th floor, and I have a balcony and glass, sliding glass door and 2 wing windows on the front, overlooking the street. That's really nice. And here's, some Klimt in the hallway. And I just edited out the descent of 3 floors. So my wonderful moto, putting on my flip-flops. So we just had these 2 holes cut in the gate for wrists to fit through, which was really nice. Part of that we were squeezing our hands between the cracks, and that was a pain in the butt. So my trusty 135 Yamaha Nuovo, which is a fabulous bike. It's a late version. Some of the earlier versions I think were problematic, but this is super trustworthy. And this is my neighborhood. I'm cruising down the back streets. This is Fan 2, and I'm going over to the main drag here. And so I've sped this up. You can compress the time frame in the video timeline in the computer in the editing software. So I've compressed it. Mostly I'm doing a 2x compression and sometimes a 4x compression in here, and because otherwise it's just so dull. The view from the GoPro on my chest at normal speed is just dull as toast. I mean, it's just dull. And so you speed it up and it makes it a lot more interesting. And on the road in DaNang on a motorbike, you have to be super careful. You have to be on your A game all the time. You cannot, not even a beer in you. You would be stupid to ride with alcohol in your system, and a lot of Vietnamese do. And there's a lot of deaths. The Vietnamese, I've seen 3 broken skulls on the road in DaNang since I've been here. Guts and gray matter and shattered lives and smashed motorbikes and cops standing around and awful stuff, really awful stuff. And so, and if you notice while I'm rolling around here that I'm not going very fast, and people are passing me. Right now I guess I'm going a little faster than the normal people, but sometimes I get passed like I'm standing still, and that's really, really the only fear I have. I'm a pretty good rider, and it's really like skiing. It's a lot like skiing. It's like a lot like skiing on a beginner slope, where you have to be totally on your game and paying attention to everything that's coming around you and stuff. So there are literally three close calls every time you go out. I mean, maybe not every time, but often. Really death-defying close calls that happen in 2 seconds, just like or 1, 2, and you're dead. If you don't react. And anyway, so I have been here a year, and I'm really learning my way around the peninsula and my way around downtown a little bit. I know the peninsula much better, and I also learn shortcuts, and I'm making friends with people that I visit, gas station attendants. I mean, I'm not really becoming friends with them, but they recognize me and they know me, and I'm there, every other day or something, putting a liter or 2 in the moto. I get 100 miles to the gallon on my moto, so that's really nice. I buy, it's about $1 a liter, right? $4 a gallon. And I buy 2 liters at a time generally. And it's usually like $1.75 or $2 for 2 liters of gas. And this guy notices my GoPro here, and hi, how's it going? These are good people, wonderful people, friendly, smiling, helpful, generous. I mean, I don't know about generous, but you know what I mean, generous of spirit, really amazingly wonderful. the Vietnamese. I love them, all of them. I haven't met a Vietnamese person that I didn't like here at all. So he's making change for me. I gave him a 500, and I probably bought 40 thou worth of gas, and I gave him 500 thou. So they're making change.
Thank you. Come on.
And
yeah.
And I'm making friends, you know. So I'm fiddling around with my wallet, putting the bills in the right order. And I don't know if Petrolamex is state-owned. I suspect it is. So I pulled up. I have 70-second wait. There's a timer up there, and I'm sitting here waiting. And this girl pulls up next to me, and she's got these bright yellow Crocs, covered with little emojis. And I said, "Cute shoes."
Hello.
And then I looked at her, and I pointed at the camera, and she pulled down her mask, and that was nice. So I'm just running errands. I'm going to go visit a friend, a little business trip to my visa agent, but I'm not going to go all the way. I edited out, I went all the way, but I edited out where she lives just for her own privacy, her own security. You don't need to know where that is unless she invites you. This is the road that goes back down to the river, and I'm really loving the river. I like the river way more than the beach. When I first got here, the beach was, everything in my world. I wanted to spend all my time at the beach. But the beach is really one-sided, You have hotels on one side and a strip of sand and then nothing. But with the river is beautiful. You've got, architecture on both sides, and there's just so much more going on the river. And much less traffic. That was a drill, a horizontal drill going underneath the river. That's been there for a while. They're doing something major, I suspect. And I'm stopping at Phi Long, my favorite coffee shop, right up here. I was introduced to Phi Long by the people that do the border runs, because this is where we leave from and arrive back to when we do a border run day, this place. And I've gotten to know the people that work here pretty well, and I come here a lot, 3 or 4 days a week, have coffee with friends, with Zwan, with Jonah, whoever wants to go have coffee. So I pull off my helmet and my baseball hat, and then go have coffee. Good. So I am walking into the coffee shop. This is a big, beautiful open space with no walls. That's what's beautiful about living in the tropics. You don't need walls, really. You need a roof for rain and, a gate for security, but you don't really need walls. And so everything is open. And there's a beautiful koi pond here, which you've seen in other videos.
Hello.
Right over there.
Cafe DaNang.
And I forget her name. Shame on me. She waits on me every day almost. And often I come here with Zwan and we hang out and chat. And you'll also notice that I've done a lot of photography from the front of this place across the river. The giant Ferris wheel is across the river. You can see it right there. And here we go again. So running errands is really fun. Motorbiking is really fun. DaNang is just a lovely, amazing, wonderful place to live and to explore. And the people are just fabulous. The Vietnamese are just fabulous. They're not great drivers. I have a tiny fault with them for that. But they have learned how to drive in a system that is based on flow. There are no stop signs. I've never seen a stop sign in Vietnam. There are red lights once in a while, but no regular stop signs. Everything is to keep moving. Just keep moving, keep moving. All the corners are really big and rounded, so you can, basically haul ass around them on a motorbike. And there seems like there are no rules because people come on the wrong way and they cut corners. But if you add the concept of flow into it, they never want to stop. And so stopping is a bad idea. You might get hit from behind, and so you just never stop. You just keep going. And if you're turning left across traffic, you don't really go all the way across traffic. You sort of cut the corner and go down opposite direction of everybody else, and then as it opens up, you move over into your right-hand lane. And you figure out how to do that pretty fast, and you see other people doing it, and it's kind of crazy. But if you notice, there are no stop signs. Everything is flow. There are traffic circles. The traffic flows around the traffic circles really beautifully. And unfortunately, there are more and more cars coming into DaNang. But instead of motorbikes are so efficient, instead of hauling 6,000 pounds around and getting 14 miles to the gallon in a big truck to haul one person around, you can, haul a 100 kilogram dude on a 100 kilogram motorbike and get 100 miles to the gallon. So, and all the exhaust pipes on the motorbikes I've noticed have CAT stamped on them. So they're actually catalytic converters too. So they're running pretty clean. I think there's going to be a big push on here pretty soon for everybody to go to electric bikes, and that'll be fine. And Vietnam, 50% of the electricity production in Vietnam is from hydroelectric dams. And then the other 50% is natural gas. And I don't think they buy much. They might buy a little bit from China, and they might buy a little bit from Thailand, or Laos, or maybe Laos is buying from them. Anyway, I forget. I looked at a bunch of statistics in the CIA World Book. And here's my neighborhood. This is Fantu. I came down this street, and now I'm going back up it. I love my neighborhood. It's full of kids playing and full of young mothers, and it's just full of life and fun, and it's noisy and chaotic and really amazing. Okay, that's it.